I've been homeless for about 6 years, and I can't seem to get a consistent set of like clothes or makeup that I can hold on to, even my phone or whatever. It's like, even if I keep it close to me, there's always, you know, that chance of like falling asleep for a couple of minutes outside at the bus stop, waiting for the bus or whatever it might be. And there's people here just like ruthless on the street. Everyone's just kind of in this weird, like, selfish mode. And I can never imagine going up to someone when they're asleep and taking something personal and important of theirs, you know? But it's happened so many times, and it's like, I guess it keeps happening to me because I don't think like that, so I don't see it coming, you know?
So today we are here in Garden Grove, California with Shayna and Manpucky. So are you originally here from Garden Grove?
No, I grew up in Whittier.
Okay. And how long have you been over here?
Honestly, it's been just a couple of weeks.
Okay.
I was in Hollywood the past year, and just sort of easy to, you know, be homeless and not be hassled too much by the city or cops, but it's really dangerous over there, and I'm by myself, so like, yeah, I had to leave.
How long were you in Hollywood?
About a year.
And what's your current living situation?
Homeless. I have a couple of friends that have vehicles and stay like in a Walmart parking lot down beach that I met recently, so that's been like a blessing that I've been able to like be indoors, especially with her at night when it's cold. So I guess some Walmarts aren't allowing people to sleep in the parking lots anymore though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how do you earn money out here to pay for dog food, your food, necessities?
I panhandle.
How much does that make a day?
If I do it real quick, $20 if I'm out there like for a couple hours just sitting outside of like a liquor store or something. You can make like $100. Wow. Yeah.
Do you ever use the money for a hotel?
Yeah, that's usually my goal. It's always, you know, food for her first, food for me second, and then hotel is like, you know, the next goal, but I don't have my ID right now, so whenever I have the money, it's always like, it never really ends up going through like I plan. Maybe once a month I end up getting a hotel because I'll find someone that can throw in with me and they have their ID and it's just a lot easier, but again, by myself. My boyfriend committed suicide a few years ago, so it's been really hard for me being out here by myself.
Wow. Sorry to hear about your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Tough one. Are drugs currently a part of your life?
Yeah.
And what's your drug of choice?
Fentanyl.
And how'd that come out? How'd that come to play?
I was a cat and dog groomer for like 13 years, and when I stopped working, I had severe carpal tunnel. While working, I was taking Norcos for my back the entire time I was grooming, just to get through the day. And so always kind of just had chronic pain that I was trying to like self-medicate. And when I became homeless, I had a miscarriage really bad, and I stopped caring about my job and just started getting high on meth. And then I had carpal tunnel set in after not working for a couple months, and it was so severe. And so I tried heroin. My hands felt totally normal again. And then a couple years ago, fentanyl hit the streets, and it just took over. And it was just sort of like everybody that tried that, it's like heroin was like, you know, out of the picture because it's a lot stronger and it's just way more addictive. So it just sort of like takes over everything. And I don't know, they say that the mental withdrawal can last up to a year. So it's like really hard to, with that in my mind, it's like really hard to try to get over that hump of like, you know, kicking and withdrawing for like up to a year. Yeah. But I've tried a couple times in detox, and I made it a couple months while on Suboxone, which helped. But always some tragedy or something awful happens, and then I just get back into like the fuck it mode.
How does the fentanyl make you feel?
Really, it just keeps me like mobile, can be more like active with my hands. You know, you get carpal tunnel from like repetitive motion, but I was doing like forced repetitive motion, grooming cats and dogs. So it's to the point where when I went to the doctor, they wanted to do some crazy surgery, cut where my wrist is and tie my ligaments up tighter, and it just sounded,
wow.
Yeah, it sounded awful. They said there's a 60% chance I could mess up and I'll never be able to move my hands again anyway. And yeah, so I've been afraid to go there with it. So just been self-medicating, and it just sort of keeps it at bay. And it's honestly, I don't even feel like a high from it. A lot of kids are like falling asleep. I see people on the street a lot, especially in Hollywood where they do it a lot. Everybody's like slumped over, just like half asleep, like, you know, and I'm just like, I don't get it. I just keep it to where it manages my pain, and I try to just keep it medicinal, you know. As crazy as that might sound. But there's been so many people overdosing on it too. I've never overdosed, I think, because I've had like an opiate, not issue, but I've been taking, you know, Norcos and everything and using it for pain for so long. So it's not ever been like a scary, like, you know, deadly thing for me.
I'm sure it's really dangerous being out here as a single woman.
Yeah.
Anything crazy happen?
Yeah. This dog has like saved my life so many times, like from serious, like, you know, danger, or just like, you know, weird guys. I've fallen asleep outside and, you know, someone's trying to get near me. She acts like she's gonna take their finger off and she'll come and wake me up. And a couple months ago, I was in a park and felt like no one was around, but I was looking around. I felt like someone was watching me, and there was this guy really far away, and he was peeking like behind a tree. I got this really awful vibe when I looked in his eyes, and like I had a pocket knife and I put it in my back pocket so he would see it. Good idea at the time, thinking maybe he'll leave me alone. And I looked at her and I made a note that she was like passed out in my lap, and then I fell asleep again before I could get up. And then all of a sudden, her feet never touched the floor. I opened my eyes and she's like, ah, like a shark out of water. She's like flying through the air over my shoulder, and I catch her and I hear my knife go click clack behind me, and I turn around and that guy is standing right behind me, and he pulled my knife out of my back pocket and opened it, and she startled him, so he dropped it. I don't know what the hell he was gonna do. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I was just looking at your knife. He was like, don't stab me. And I'm like, oh, well, I wasn't really in my mind, but obviously that's what, you know, I was like, you know, kind of like a, what's the word, guilty kind of, you know, response. But yeah, she's just on it. Like, she won't let anyone near me when I'm sleeping. And
How old is she?
she's 13.
Wow. She's adorable.
She crosses her feet like a lady.
Have your belongings ever been stolen?
Oh yeah, regularly. That's like, that's something that I can't seem to, I've been homeless for about 6 years, and I can't seem to get a consistent set of like clothes or makeup that I can hold on to, even my phone or whatever. It's like, even if I keep it close to me, there's always, you know, that chance of like falling asleep for a couple of minutes outside at the bus stop, waiting for the bus or whatever it might be. And there's people here just like ruthless on the street. Everyone's just kind of in this weird, like, selfish mode. And I can never imagine going up to someone when they're asleep and taking something personal and important of theirs, you know? But it's happened so many times, and it's like, I guess it keeps happening to me because I don't think like that, so I don't see it coming, you know? I want to think like everybody's, you know, more empathetic, but yeah.
What's the youngest person you've seen out here doing drugs?
17.
How about the oldest?
That's a good question. I want to say like 80, 83.
Wow. Man. And then if you could have any kind of a dream job, what would it be? Like something you're trained for, something you would want to do if you had the chance?
I mean, this is my dream, like, goal if I were to like acquire a lot of money. I don't know if it'd be a job, but I want to have some sort of like rescue for factory farm animals and like dairy farm animals and animals that are in like animal testing facilities, and wherever they're just being mistreated, and just have some sort of like farm or like just, you know, housing where I could just like, I don't know, take them and give them a better life.
Yeah. Wow, that's be awesome.
Yeah.
And then lastly, do you by chance have any social media information or like a Cash App in case somebody wants to make a donation?
I do.
I'll give that to you.
I don't know. I'd have to make a new one on this phone because it was on my old phone and I can't log back into it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Just out of curiosity, so when we have a German Shepherd, he's 100 pounds. When we take him to the groomers, it's like $80, right? So you must have been making some pretty good money as a groomer.
Yeah, and I loved it. I
Yeah.
really felt like I didn't work a day in my life. It was really therapeutic.
Wow. Hopefully
Yeah.
you can find something like that again. It sucks that you got carpal tunnel. My mom had that too, and it
Yeah.
just kind of took everything
I was-
she was doing away.
I was thinking I could maybe teach, you know, people to groom. That way I'm
Oh,
not having to
yeah.
do it so hands-on myself.
Yeah.
But like,
That's a great idea.
yeah.
And then lastly, Shayna, are you okay if we use the interview on our YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.